All right, whiskey lovers, get ready, because today we're going deep into the world of a truly special single malt Scotch whiskey. We're heading straight to the heart of Speyside to explore the one and only Balvenie Double Wood 12-year-old. Now, I know what you're thinking, double wood, what makes it so special? And trust me, you've come to the right place to find out. First things first, Balvenie is more than just a distillery, right? It's got this intriguing connection to another giant in the whiskey world. We're talking about Glenfiddich, and you know what? Balvenie is actually its sister distillery. But here's the thing, Balvenie isn't about following in anyone's footsteps. They're forging their own path with an unwavering dedication to tradition. And that's something we'll get into a bit more, right?
Absolutely, and it's really quite remarkable. You see, Balvenie is one of those rare distilleries, especially one of its stature, that still operates its own maltings.
Okay, now hold on a second, because I'm sure some of our listeners are hearing that word maltings and wondering, what are those again?
It's a great question. And, maltings are really where the magic of whiskey making begins. Basically, they take barley and carefully encourage it to sprout, which might sound a little strange at first. But that sprouting process, called malting, is crucial. It converts the starches in the barley into sugars, which, as you can imagine, are essential for fermentation. Now, what sets Balvenie apart is that most distilleries, they get their malted barley from somewhere else, but not Balvenie. By having their own maltings, they have this incredible level of control over every step of the process. From the quality of the barley to the consistency of the malt, it's all in their hands. It's kind of like a chef who grows their own herbs. That extra level of care really shines through in the final product.
Now that is impressive. Honestly,
Yeah.
I had no idea about the maltings. It really adds a whole other dimension to
That's
appreciating
true.
their commitment to quality, would you say?
Without a doubt.
But let's move on to what truly sets this whiskey apart. That intriguing double wood in its name. Am I right? They don't just age this whiskey once, they age it twice in two different types of casks.
You got it.
Mm.
It's this two-step aging process that gives Balvenie Double Wood its remarkable depth of flavor. They begin by aging the whiskey for 12 years in traditional American oak ex-bourbon barrels. And even on its own, that would give you an incredibly smooth, well-rounded whiskey full of those classic vanilla and caramel notes everyone loves, right? But then they take it a step further, and this is where things get really exciting.
All right, I'm hooked. Tell me more.
They transfer the whiskey into European oak casks that were previously used to age Oloroso sherry. Now these sherry casks, they work their magic, imparting rich, dried fruit flavors, this lovely nutty complexity, and believe it or not, that signature Balvenie hint of orange.
Wait, hold on. Did you say orange? In my Scotch,
Well,
I have to admit I was a bit skeptical when I first heard that, but
yeah.
sure enough, there's this subtle citrusy note in there, and I can never quite put my finger on it.
It's funny you say that because it's a bit of a mystery, even to the most seasoned whiskey connoisseurs. But the prevailing theory is that it comes from this really unique interaction between the Balvenie spirit and the wood sugars present in those European oak sherry casks.
See, this is what makes these deep dives so fascinating. You uncover these little aha moments.
Mm.
They completely change how you experience something you thought you knew. Founder's Reserve, huh? Now that's a name I haven't heard in quite some time. Makes you wonder why they decided to make the switch, you know? Was it a deliberate move to create something truly unique with the double wood? Or was it more of a happy accident?
It's a fascinating question, and it really speaks to Balvenie's philosophy, doesn't it? This constant drive to innovate while honoring their rich history. You see, back when the Doublewood first graced the world, way back in the late 80s, well, double cask finishing, it wasn't nearly as common as it is now.
Really?
Yeah, Balvenie was really pushing the boundaries, testing the waters of what a single malt could achieve. Now, don't get me wrong, the Founder's Reserve, it was a fine whiskey, a respectable dram, but it lacked that certain something, that extra layer of complexity, that unmistakable Balvenie character.
So they were pioneers in a sense,
Hmm.
shaping the future of whiskey with this innovative double maturation technique.
Exactly. And here's the thing. They did it all without those flashy marketing campaigns we see so often. No billboards shouting their genius, nothing like that.
Right.
They let the quality of their whiskey do the talking, which, if you ask me, is a testament to their confidence and their commitment to the craft.
There's something to be said about that approach,
Yeah.
especially in this day and age, you know. It's refreshing to see a distillery that focuses on what truly matters. The craft, the tradition, the genuine love of creating exceptional whiskey.
It's evident in every single drop. And speaking of exceptional, let's circle back to those flavors for a moment. You've got those beautiful bourbon cask influences, vanilla, toffee, a touch of oak, and then bam! Those sherry casks come in with this wave of dried fruits, warm spices, and of course that unexpected citrus twist. It's an experience, a symphony in a glass.
You used the word symphony, and it reminds me of something you said earlier.
Yeah,
You mentioned that the Doublewood is incredibly approachable, even for whiskey newcomers.
absolutely.
But I'm curious, does it hold its own among the seasoned whiskey drinkers out there? Those who really appreciate those complex, nuanced flavors.
Without a doubt. I'd even go as far as to say that the Double Wood 12 strikes that perfect balance between approachability and complexity. It's like a gateway whiskey, you know? It welcomes newcomers and seasoned connoisseurs alike, inviting them to explore this wonderful world of single malts. It's an introduction to sophisticated flavors without being overwhelming for those just starting out.
I like that.
And for the seasoned enthusiast. There's always something new to discover with each and every sip. The interplay between the casks, the subtle spice notes dancing on your palate, that lingering finish that keeps you coming back for more.
It sounds like the kind of whiskey that demands your attention, encourages you to slow down and savor the moment.
Precisely.
And let's not forget about the collectors out there, those who appreciate a good story alongside their whiskey.
Oh, absolutely.
This one's got history on its side, wouldn't you say?
Without a doubt.
The legacy of the distillery, the pioneering spirit of that Doublewood maturation.
It all adds to its allure, its mystique.
It's like owning a piece of whiskey history.
A tangible reminder that some of the best things in life, they're worth seeking out. They're worth sharing.
And they're certainly worth savoring. It's like we've uncovered this hidden world of flavor. We've explored the history. We've delved into the craftsmanship. And of course, we can't forget about that incredible flavor profile, that perfect balance of familiar notes and those unexpected surprises. So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Balvenie Doublewood 12, what are the key takeaways for our listeners?
Well, if you're searching for a whiskey that tells a story with every sip, the Balvenie Doublewood 12 is it. It's a testament to the power of tradition, a celebration of innovation, and honestly, it's just a darn good dram, whether you're a seasoned whiskey enthusiast or you're just starting your journey into the world of single malts. This whiskey deserves a place on your shelf.
I couldn't agree more. And you know what? This conversation has got me feeling inspired.
Yes.
So listener, if you decide to embark on your own Balvenie Doublewood adventure, and I highly recommend you do, I want you to consider something as you take that first sip. What's the perfect setting to truly appreciate this whiskey? Is it a cozy evening by the fireplace? Or maybe a gathering with close friends, sharing stories and laughter? Let us know what you think, because the best discoveries are always better when they're shared. Until next time, happy sipping.